Hello, my name is Tim Edwards and welcome to the Tim G. Edwards Music YouTube channel. This is guitar lesson number 3 and this is part 2 of a 4-part series in learning how to play the 12-bar blues. In the previous lesson we learned how to play the chords to the 12-bar blues by using the chords of A, D, and E progression. Today's lesson we're going to learn how to play the one-finger riff that adds to the rhythm of the 12-bar blues. And it's going to be fun to learn and enjoyable to learn, and we're going to be adding the additional fingers in the next couple of sessions as well. So we're going to be using backing tracks as previously to add to your learning, and we're just going to have a great time in learning together. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, please do so when you get the opportunity, so you can be kept notified when new videos have been uploaded. So let's get started. All right, again, today we're going to learn the one-finger riff that goes along with the 12-bar blues. You'll find this exciting. It's easy to learn. It's not that hard. Just takes a little bit of practice, but it won't be as hard as playing the chords. It'll actually be easier, and you'll have an enjoyable time. And again, it goes with the same backing track. We'll use that, but I'll be showing you on the backing track, you know, how to play what we learned in this lesson. Okay. So if you look at the 12-bar blues, we got 12 bars, 4 beats each within each bar. On how to read tabs. So let's look at the tab diagram that you see up above, and it's actually the tab diagram for the first 4 bars of the 12-bar blue. Okay, and if you notice, it's all the same. So this tab, it reads a little bit different from the chord diagram. This is kind of laid out similar to how your guitar is facing now, just parallel to the floor. The top E string, that is actually your bottom string, that top E. Okay, and then going up, it's B, G, D, A, and E. Okay, so in the tablature, the lowest E will actually be the low string. Okay, the low E will be your largest string. Okay, tab diagrams are always laid out like this. Okay, so your low E will be on the bottom, and your high E represents the top on that tablature. Okay, and if you notice, there's a bunch of zeros and twos inside that. So that's not the fingers you're going to be using. Those are actually the frets. So in the tablature, you know, when you saw a number, it tells you which finger to use, finger number 1, 2, 3, 4. But this doesn't tell you which finger to use. It tells you which fret to mash down a particular string. So in this example, you see on the D string, which is the 4th string up, you got a bunch of 2s. So you want to put your go ahead and use your index finger though. Use your index finger and put your finger on fret number 2 on the 4th string. Okay, 4th string, and you don't have to worry about the other strings because we're not going to be playing those. Okay, and then if you notice, the A string, which is the 5th string, has a 0, so that means you don't have to put a finger there, but we want to play that string. You want that string to ring out. So we're going to be playing 2 strings at a time. We're not going to play the top string or the bottom 3 strings. We're only strings number 4 and 5, okay, together. We'll strum these together. So if you look closely here, what it sounds like, see, those are individuals. So we want to strum those 2 together to make a sound. Okay, so that's how you want to do it. So like in this tablature here, if you count, there are 8 2s there. So you want to play those 8 times within that 1 bar. Previously, you know, we played 4 beats in a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on this one, we're going to be picking on, when we say 1, and I'm going to add the word and, we're going to be picking on the word and as well. So it'll be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're going to be playing that rhythm, and if you notice, it sounds like a shuffle. Okay, we want a shuffle sound, so it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's 1. We'll hesitate on 1 just a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we'll hesitate after each number like that. So it'll sound something like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, notice my strings sound a little muffled. Okay, you may like that and you may not like that, but here's with the strings not muffled. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it sounds pretty loud, but it sounds good also. So if you like that muffle sound, which sometimes it's good to kind of have a different type of tone, take your palm of your hand a little bit, kind of rest it on the bridge, just barely touching the strings right across that bridge. Okay, just to kind of barely touching those strings so they won't ring out as much. But if you do it too much, it'll sound like this, which doesn't sound too bad, but you don't hear as much tone what chord you're actually playing in. Okay, and by the way, we're playing in the chord of A. Okay, because that 0 is the A string, we're letting that A ring out. So that's why it goes along with the A major chord. Okay, so here's letting it ring, and as I move my palm in, see, it gets more muted. Here it is with it ringing, and I'll move my palm in. So you can find a place in there where you can do that. So again, we're gonna add a little shuffle, and we're gonna play this eight times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, that'll be 1 bar. Okay, so we're gonna play this 4 bars, and it'll go something like this. So it'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we're going to switch to the D chord. Okay, and to switch to the D chord, if you look at the tab up above, okay, you put your finger on the 3rd string on the G string. Okay, so really all you're doing, if you look, you're just moving your finger down 1 string. You're still only going to play two strings at a time, but you just move your finger down 1 string. So this time, instead of playing strings 4 and 5, you're going to be playing 3 and 4 together. So you're going to let that 4th string, which is the D string, ring out. That way that D chord can ring out if you're playing the chord. Okay, so you play the 4th string and the 3rd string together. Hear that? Now you got 2 bars of that, so you're only going to play those 8 beats 2 times. Okay, so like that: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so let's put those 2 bars together. So put your finger back on the 4th string, and you're going to play the 4th and the 5th string together. Okay, that's an A. So let's go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then put your finger down 1 string, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then you're going to go back to the A. Go back to the A, and you're going to play 2 measures of that. Okay, 2 measures of the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then let's look at the last 4 bars. The last 4 bars, okay, we're going to be switching quite a bit. Okay, we're going to play the E. Okay, So on this one, you just move your finger up one string, move your index or finger, or your finger number 1 on the 5th string, okay, of the 2nd fret, and you want to play the top 2 strings, string number 5 and string number 6 together, okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, okay. You just play that one bar, and then you're going to be switching. Your fingers are going to skip a string and go down, all the way back down, so that D can ring out. So you'll put your finger on the G string, which is the 3rd string up, okay, and let the D string ring out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to A, just go up one time. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And then E, you do it 4 times. 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And then to end the 12-bar blues, you just want to hit the A chord on that downbeat of the first beat one time. That ends the song, okay? And most songs will end on that beat number 1 of the next measure, okay? Just to kind of have that final closure, that final ending on a song, okay? So if you put it all together, it'll sound something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I was playing it pretty fast, so we'll play it just a little bit slower on the backing track. So let's get ready and let's pivot to the backing track. It'll be a little bit slower. I'll give a 4 count, and then we'll just kind of play this together. Okay, so you'll hear me play and you'll see me play, and you can play along as well on that. So let's give that a try. What did you think? Wasn't too bad. Great sound, isn't it? I kind of like the muted just a little bit. It seems to ring out a little bit better. It sounds good instead of just trying to ring out the chords. It's okay if you accidentally hit some of the other strings, but you just can't, openly swing like this. You have to rest. Basically, you have to rest your palm up against around the bridge, and you can be off the strings or on the strings a little bit, depending on what kind of sound you're trying to achieve as far as muting the strings on that. So like anything, practice makes perfect. The faster you play, the better. You'll get it changing the one finger chord. Okay. So now let's play the backing track again. You'll see me play, but you will not hear me play. So you can play along and you play, and that way you can kind of hear yourself. Same tempo. So we're not going to speed it up at this time. So let's give it another try. So let's pivot back to the practice track. that? That's great. So if you don't feel comfortable in changing in between the one finger riff chords, then just keep practicing at that tempo, because the next couple of tempos we're going to actually speed it up. So as you get better at your timing and at switching between fingers and chords, increase the speed, so it'll just kind of help your skill level. Okay, so now let's pivot to the backing track. Let's speed it up just a little bit. This will be a medium speed at 100 beats per minute. Okay, so you will not see me play, but I'll have the chord tablature up there for you to help you along on that. So let's give that a try. That's pretty fast, wasn't it? But it's great. Yeah, I'm sure you did a great job at playing that. So practice again. You'll improve your skill quite a bit. So lastly, we're going to let you listen to the 12-bar blues at a faster speed at 120. Okay. Again, you won't see me play, but I'll have the 12-bar blue tablature up there, so you can kind of see that. So it'll sound great. So give it a try and see what you can do. Okay. Now that was pretty fast, wasn't it? But you'll get it. Okay, let's just start off learning how to play that slow tempo. Practice on hitting just the 2 strings only, and changing between chords without breaking any tempo or beat. Once you get very good at that, then increase the speed a little bit to that medium speed. Okay, and when you feel comfortable with that and it sounds pretty good, then advance up to the faster speed. Okay, and you'll have just a great time of learning. And this is one of those songs that you can play with others. If you know someone who plays a guitar, also they could play the chords that you learned in the previous lesson, A, D, and E, while you play this one finger riff. And that's what makes it sound great together when the two are joined together, especially with other instruments as well. Okay. So that concludes this lesson, learning the 1/5. So that concludes this lesson in learning the 1 finger riff. The next lesson we're going to learn the 2 finger riff. So we're just going to be adding another finger to this riff. So practice getting this down first. So practice getting this 1 finger riff down, and then the next lesson we're going to learn the 2 finger riff. We're just going to add another finger to this same riff that we learned today, and just keep building upon that. So If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to that. It'll just keep you notified when new videos have been released and uploaded, so you'll be able to find our channel very easily. So enjoy your practice, and I'll just see you at the next lesson.